Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a different type of series going forward in 2020 on how to save and to budget. If you follow my couples page with me and Riley, I decided to do a challenge where I was only able to spend $100 within a pay period, a 2-week pay period. And I realized just how much money I was spending, and it was super duper ridiculous because I ended up saving almost $700 in that 2-week span. So going forward in 2020, my goal is to save more money. I have switched up how I am saving though. In 2020, I kind of want to focus on saving towards more of my home and home bills, mortgage, Dominion Power, HRSD, just home bills. More of my money is going towards that, but I'm also going to be saving as well for personal savings and other things such as Christmas, birthdays, traveling, and then of course, like I said, my personal savings. So in this video, I'm going to show you the tools that I use. So if you want to do this as well, you'll have the tools that I'm using to budget and save in 2020. And then on January 10th, around that time, that's my first pay period in 2020. I'll go ahead and do a budgeting video, my first actual budgeting video, so you can see how I'm dispersing my money and things of that nature. So yeah, so with this video, I'm just showing you the tools that I actually use so you can get ready for 2020. And yeah, I'm kind of excited. I have come from a family who budgets. I have seen my mother budget since I was, of course somebody would text me. I have seen my mother budget since I was a little girl, and it's kind of always been ingrained in me to put money aside and things like that, and she taught me how to actually pay my bills. So I ended up coming up with a way that helped me with paying things off and stuff like that. A lot of people use Excel, and for me though, I need to actually physically write my things out. And I need to be able to see my bills in front of me. I don't want to go on a computer to budget something out. So I use 3 tools that help me. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I make a budget or a scheduling payment. My notes are right here. I made notes because if you follow me, you know that I can kind of go off on a tangent. So I made notes here for myself. So yeah, I made a payment schedule is what I named it for this video, and that's just where. Let me get closer so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this is the one from 2017, 2018, and 19. Okay, so what I did for 2019 and all the other years, and also I just made my 2020 budget schedule or payment schedule, is essentially what I did was I went on to Microsoft Word and I created a table, okay? And on this table I have 2 columns, and in each column I have 13 rows, okay? And this gives me 26 boxes, which is perfect because each year I get paid 26 times. I have 26 pay periods, okay? In these boxes, okay, come on, focus for me. I have put the dates that I get paid, okay? And this helps me a lot because I know when the bills come in, I know that I can put a bill right here. Like for example, this is from January of the beginning of the year. My AT&T phone bill, right, was due on 1/14. So I know that on the January 11th pay period, I had to pay that phone bill during that pay period, okay? To give you another example, let's go to the last pay period that I just had, which was November 29th, which is today. However, I get paid early. I bank with two different credit unions, A&B Federal Credit Union and Navy Federal Credit Union. And because I do that, I get my paycheck a day early. If you are with Navy Federal and you don't get your paycheck a day early, all you have to do is call Navy Federal and ask them to release the holds on your check. I don't know if you have gone into your bank account 2 days prior to you getting paid. You'll see that it's a hold on your payment. You can see your payment right there. You can see your paycheck right there, but it's on hold, and it won't be put into your account until your actual pay date. If you call Navy Federal and ask them to release it a day early, they will do that. Okay. They will only do it if your account is not in the negative and you're not owing them anything. But if you call them and your account's fine, they will release the hold and you'll receive your check early. With my ABNB account, I didn't have to ask them. They just automatically did it for me. Okay. So back to my payment schedule. Okay. On the day that I get paid, right, I do not wait to pay my bills. So for example, my utilities bill, right, is not due until December 4th. And my utilities bill was $101.27. On yesterday, I went and I paid all of my bills that were not already scheduled to be paid. Okay. And the only ones that I have scheduled to be paid is my progressive bill, which is automatically taken out of my checking, Netflix, my Iron Asylum, which is my gym membership, that's automatically taken out. Everything else that's not automatically taken out and I know is due during this payment cycle, I pay it. I don't wait until the day that it's due. Okay. So yeah, that's just an example of how this helps me, because then when it's paid on this date, I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about thinking, okay, wait, do I need to save this extra money so I can pay it on this date? No, I just pay it all on my pay date, and it's just so much easier. It helps me so much easier. Okay, next. In the beginning of the year, you have to come up with your savings goal. Like, what is important to you? What do you want to save for, right? What's important to me is Christmas gifts, okay? There was a time where I wasn't saving for Christmas gifts, and I would wait till the end of the year, and I'm struggling for this money to buy people's gifts, and it was just really, really stressful. So that's one of the main things that I want to save for, okay? Christmas gifts. Birthday gifts. I want to have extra money set aside so I'm not just like, damn, this person's birthday is next week. Do I have the money to buy them something? That's another thing that's a big thing for me. Traveling. I like to travel. So that is another thing that I want to save for in 2020 and going forward. And then my personal savings. I want to be able to save money for personal savings, okay? So when I came up with those 4 things, I was like, okay, so how much of that can I afford to save, right? So because I'm a visual person, I went ahead and I made this savings chart, right? And this is what it looks like. Hopefully it'll focus in for you. All right. So on this savings chart, because I am somebody who physically has to see this in front of my face, I was like, okay. So I started with $5. And I went from, okay, $5 each paycheck is $10 a month. That's $120 a year, right? Okay. So I did $5 increments. And then I decided, okay, what am I going to save for each one of the things that are important to me? So what I decided on was Christmas gifts. So for Christmas, I save $35 every paycheck. That's $70 a month. And by the end of the year, I'll have $840 waiting for me to buy Christmas gifts. Okay? And it works because I haven't yet gotten my Christmas gifts, but I'm going to show you how much money I have saved for Christmas gifts as of today. And today is Black Friday, so after I do this video, I'm going to go ahead and buy all my Christmas gifts and have it out of the way. I'm going to talk about this later on in the video, but I have this app called the Checkbook app, and I'm able to physically look at this app and see how much money I have saved into my different sections, like Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, traveling, savings, and stuff like that. Okay, so let's see. So this is the Checkbook app that I currently use. Okay, and for example, for Christmas gifts, I currently have $1,122.35. And as you can see here, you see $35, $35, $35. That's because every paycheck I have saved $35. Okay? Do you see that? And then last year, I had $247 left, $247.35 left over. So on my next pay period, which was December 27, 2018, I just added $35 on top of that. Okay, I didn't even use the rest of the money that I had from 2018, and I just decided to add more money to that. I haven't touched that money. Okay, so adding $35 every paycheck from that day, now I have $1,122.35. Okay, which is freaking amazing. Hey guys, so I am currently editing this video right here, and in the beginning of the video I said that in 2020 I wanted to focus on saving towards like household mortgage, household bills, and things of that nature. And I haven't fully expressed why that is the case. I was talking more about my personal savings rather than the mortgage savings. So let me just go ahead and elaborate a little bit on that. In 2019, this year, I was, or am still, putting 40% of my paycheck into my Navy Federal Credit Union checking and savings account. I use that bank to do all of my home mortgage, home bills, everything like that. All those payments, I work out of that bank account. Currently, I am doing 40% of my check into that account. And I put 60% of my check into my ABNB Federal Credit Union accounts. I like to keep my accounts separate. My ABNB account is like my personal use account, where that has my savings money, it has my Christmas, birthday money, travel money, spending money. All of that is housed in my ABNB account. Going forward though, in 2020, I want to switch that around. I'm going to be putting 60% of my check into my Navy Federal account and 40% of my check into my ABNB account. And I'm going to do that because essentially I want to be able to make more than an additional house payment a year. Currently, I pay an extra $148 on my mortgage, and this is every month. At the end of the year, I would have paid an extra mortgage payment. I was doing some research and I was reading that it's actually better to hold this extra money that I'm putting onto my mortgage every month and pay it in one lump sum at the end of the year. So that's what I'm going to do. In addition to that $148, I want to add more money to that. So I'm trying to do 2 additional payments a year at the beginning of each year. So I'm not going to make the additional payment on January 1st, 2020, because essentially when I make my mortgage payment in December 1st, I will have made an additional payment already because I've added $140 per mortgage payment, if that makes sense to you. I don't want to go too much into this because on my first budgeting video in January, you will know exactly how much I make, how much my mortgage is, how much my bills are, all of this. My brother stays here with me. You'll know how much money he gives me for rent, all of that. But I just wanted to explain a little bit more about me wanting to save more towards the mortgage and household bills aspect, because I realized I hadn't fully explained this while I was talking about saving. So I hope this was a little bit of a better insight for you. Okay, now get back to the video. So really, it's up to you to decide what you want to save on, what saving goals mean the most to you. Is it just for savings, just your personal savings? Then just do personal savings, okay? Is it just for traveling? Then just do traveling. And it doesn't have to be the amount that I'm saving. You can switch it up. You don't have to do $35 for Christmas. You can do $40 every paycheck for Christmas, or you can do $20 every paycheck for Christmas, okay? That's still a significant amount of money. For Christmas, if you do $20 each paycheck, that's $40 a month. That's $480 a year, okay? And what if you don't have a lot of people in your family? That's a lot of money, okay? If you do $40, that's a paycheck. That's $80 a month. That's $960 a year. That's a lot of money, you guys. You don't even have to do that much, okay? If you save $5 a paycheck, that's $10 a month. That's $120 a year. That is a huge accomplishment. Any money is better than no money at all. Understand? We can do this. I can do this. You can do this. We can do this together, okay? So find out what your saving goals are, and yeah, let's start saving for that in 2020, okay? The next tool that I use is my budgeting notebook. I just bought a new budgeting notebook. Although I have these payment schedule sheets that I made, I also like to write down my bills on the days that I get paid. Like for instance, was this yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I wrote down my bills from my personal accounts, not my mortgage account, because you remember I have two different bank accounts. But I wrote down my bills, and that's that, okay? So like I said, some people are able to use like Excel and stuff like that. I'm not that person. I have to actually physically write my stuff down. So a budgeting notebook is key. I was using this one, like, y'all, when I say I budget stuff out, I really do. Like, it's another page of me budgeting. Like, I have pages everywhere. Okay, like, this is real life stuff. I have to physically write stuff down. And then the last thing I used, I just kind of touched up on it, was the Checkbook app that I showed you guys earlier in the video. That app is amazing for me because it shows you your spending habits, okay? It shows you what you currently have in your account here. It shows you can set up reoccurring things. So if you have something like, I have iTunes every month, it'll automatically take it out of my checking accounts that I have set up in here. It does not physically link up with your bank accounts, but it helps you to kind of estimate where you are. And I use this to the T, okay? So anything that I spend my money on automatically goes into this app. It's, for example, in September, it tells me what I spent my money on. Okay. Dining, for example, in September, I dined out not as much as I normally do, which is pretty amazing for me. But I spent $188.54 on dining out. Groceries, $302. It just helps you to know what you have spent your money on, okay? So this is a really good tool that could help you. It definitely helps me. If you would like me to do a video on exactly how it works and how I set mine up, let me know and I can do that. Otherwise, just check it out. They do have a free version. I actually just bought the full package because I was able to add or make different accounts. Like I have 2 checkings up here. I have my Capital One card up here, my American Express card, my traveling section, my birthdays, my Christmas, my savings, my mortgage savings, my mortgage checking, stuff like that. So when you buy the actual app, you're able to add all of these different I guess I can call it folders or sections. When you have the basic one now, I don't believe it lets you make as many folders or sections, but it's still a good resource to have if you decide to get this app. But like I said, if you look at it and it looks too complicated, write me in the comment section below and I can do a short tutorial of how I set mine up, and we can go from there before the beginning of the year. So yeah. So again, yes, this was just a video of the things that I actually use that helps me budget, not a video of me actually budgeting. That's not going to start until like I said, the first pay period of January. So if you guys are interested in videos like this, go ahead and subscribe, give me a thumbs up. And again, my actual budgeting and savings videos will start to go up around the 10th or 11th of January, and we can start saving together. If you have any questions, you can always ask them in the comment section below. I do look at all my comments and I try to respond to everyone. 2020 is going to be our year. We're going to be saving, we're going to be budgeting, we're going to be doing a whole lot of big things, so stay tuned.